Anyway,
Yeah,
while
admit it.
Shlongster is turning off his music, this is another elimination match in the losers bracket. Um, Shlongster was knocked down by Boone, and Ad was knocked down by Polly. So the loser of this, unfortunately, is going to be out of the tournament, and the winner moves on to race Mooseman in the round three. So
Hmm.
hopefully it's a good race, as we all see from the wonderful looking trophy race screen there. Ad finally has a capture card, so we got a nice, beautiful looking menu there. Okay, there we go. I'm streaming to Discord finally.
I see my
Okay.
gameplay to have a good quality of the stream.
Yep. Webcam capture or riot. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll make a poll in the Discord and see if you move on from that. Okay, are both you guys ready to go?
Yep, I'm ready.
Yep.
Perfect. I just need to get my Space Dust Alley music all ready to go. I think last race I called it Stardust Alley for like the entire
I
tournament. So yeah,
think I called it Stardust a bit ago.
hopefully we won't do that again. So all right, I'll count you guys down, and then you guys can go ahead. So good luck to you both. Three,
Sweet.
2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right, and I'll go ahead and drag them off. And does the race look good to you on the capture there?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Ooh, nice and syncs.
Ooh,
Good.
look at that sync.
Very rarely do I ever have
So,
that.
so as I expected, I saw the WizPig image on the on the Future Funland trophy, which means that Schlongster is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage here because he's going to have to watch the opening cutscenes on these races. Hopefully, he doesn't have to watch the cutscenes on every race, but
Yeah. I saw the
yeah.
WizPig picture in the last race that happened the other day. Is that just if you haven't like beaten the game yet, kind of thing, or?
Yeah, so it's really weird. Like if you have a complete 100% file, like in adventure mode, then you have all the tracks unlocked in tracks mode, right?
Yeah.
But now if you go back and you delete those adventure files, then the tracks are still available in tracks mode, but the image gets switched to this WizPick image, which means it's like kind of not unlocked, but you can still race them, but you have to watch this cutscene first. Like what you could
Oh.
do is, if that's an issue you're having, you can go into each race individually and then watch the cutscene, and then exit out of the race, and then when you go to do your race, you don't have to watch the cutscene again. It's just like when you first start uh, from console reset or whatever.
Oh,
If
okay.
you if this is your first time watching the cutscene, it forces you to watch it. So
Okay.
maybe
That's
I should
really
tell
interesting.
Slugster that this time.
Yeah, Lord Fluffy was doing that yesterday, but he was going in and like watching all the cutscenes, so I guess he knew that it like kind of reset them out, and I wasn't sure why it happened because, I assumed that if you had Future Funland unlocked, you would have beaten the game anyway, but I didn't know that erasing the files kind of reverted that.
Hmm.
It's really weird.
Despite that bit of handicap though, like Schlongster's already doing pretty well. I saw Ad had a couple like rough bonks on the first lap though, but it looks
Yeah.
like, oh, there's a rough
Yeah,
one.
ads had a lot of rough bonks around, and I know he said that because he's playing on the capture, he's playing off his OBS window
Oh
instead of
dear.
his TV, so he's got a little a fraction of a second of delay. But I mean, when
Right.
you're moving as fast as a boost takes you, I guess, like unless you're used to playing with a delay, it's kind of hard to get used to. So hopefully he'll have the issues settled up before next time if he ends up winning, but we'll see what happens. He also had an accidental somersault right in the end of the last lap as well Space Dust Alley.
Oh man, I missed that.
Yeah,
That's
it-
always a good feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, Shlongster was basically like exactly caught up to him, right, going through the middle of the level there, and then he did a somersault into like the top thing and kind of popped out of it.
Hmm. So the funny thing with that is that, or one thing that you kind of need to be careful of when you're doing barrel rolls in the plane is, like you can start by holding a direction like left or right, and you can start to double tap R, but if you go neutral before you finish double tapping R, it will revert back to the somersault. And it's happened to me many times. It's really annoying when it happens, but you have to like really make sure that you're holding a direction the whole time that you're initiating that barrel roll, otherwise you'll do the somersault.
So like until you see the animation, just keep the directions held.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to double tap by the time you finish double tapping R, you have to have a direction held either left or right. So like when you're doing more advanced maneuvers, like you can actually like let go of the direction while you're in the middle of a barrel roll so that you don't like barrel roll too far to one side, so you can do like very precise barrel rolling.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that sometimes you like let go of the stick a little too early, and then you end up doing that somersault. It's really, really annoying, but it happens just literally all the time.
It's like Shlongster went real ham on bananas. 12 bananas.
That's good. Each banana that you collect increases your top speed and acceleration by 2.5%. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you max out at 10, then you're going 25% faster, and it does make a big difference overall. Like over the course of the whole race, we're talking like seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday we saw some pretty good banana routing from or I guess it wasn't yesterday, but the day before, we saw some pretty good banana routing from 7 Hornet in his race. It still could have been a little bit better, but he definitely leveled up to collect those bananas, and I mean the speed difference like really showed. It looks like it looks like Ad's kind of getting used to his delay a little bit. He was all through Dark Moon Caverns, he was kind of the same distance ahead of Shlongster the whole time, but
Ooh.
ooh,
Oh,
but
we're
I
gonna
guess
get
I spoke too
some
soon.
sync here, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, he's going really fast.
Yep, that
Okay.
happens all the time.
Yeah. All right, well they're
And,
synced again.
Oh,
Now
Shlongster.
Shlongster
That's
fell off.
yeah, that's the worst because you got right to the very end, and yeah, as you can see, you can't get back onto the bridge unless you go all the way back to the start. So
Yeah. I think that
That's,
happened
pretty
to
rough.
Lord Fluffy in his first race that knocked him into losers. He did pretty fine throughout the entire game, but just like fell off once at Star City and just could never catch up after that.
ooh, yeah, that's rough.
But right now, from the looks of it, I don't know if Shlongster will have to worry about that too much, because both of them seem to be doing a lot of bonks. So, but I guess these are very like bonk heavy levels. Like there's a lot of kind of things that get in your way in future Funland levels.
Yep.
And the
I mean,
swervy
that's
corners.
that's why we typically start with Future Funland when you're going for your PB attempts. They're generally regarded as the hardest levels in the game. So, oh, nice dodge on the oil slick there. So Ad gets third place on Star Cities. Shlongster is going to be finishing back of the pack. They kind of had unfortunate races, but for all trophy races, it doesn't matter. You don't have to get first place. You don't have to get gold trophies. The only requirement in this category is that you do complete the races. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Someone actually asked about that in the last race, and I wasn't. Ooh, Ed bonked on the top. I wasn't
Yep.
actually sure if getting the trophy was required in order to complete the run. Like, I know getting the trophies is faster because obviously you're finishing like in first, right? But I wasn't sure like if you just like messed the race so bad that you like didn't get a trophy at all, like would that
Mhm.
count? But
Yeah, no, trophy is not required for this category. In fact, the nice thing about not getting a trophy is that you don't have to watch the trophy cutscene, so you are rewarded for your poor gameplay.
Yeah. You were going a little too slow here. This is. Let's just throw you a little bit of a bone.
Mhm.
I guess it's not that long. Trophy cutscene is what, like 6 or 7 seconds.
Honestly, have
Or
not
like
bothered
10
to time.
probably. Yeah.
Probably about 10 seconds, yeah.
It does zoom out quite a long time.
So yeah, both. Oh, I was just about to praise Shlongster and Ad for having some nice movement here, but then of course Shlongster and Ad having some bonks here. Yeah. See, this is the beauty of playing on the Japanese version is that we just skip this.
Yeah.
There's a nice little hole in the wall that you can fit through, and then I'm sure you've seen Hot Tub Volcano, that whole out of bounds deal. So yeah, but unfortunately both of these players are playing on North American version,
Yeah.
so that is not available.
See, it's really funny watching players do the Spaceport Alpha out of bounds doesn't look so bad, but like I actually don't know like how hard it is. I remember Giz was in here the other night and he said that it's like it's more precise than it looks, but we were also talking about it in the context of Hot Top Volcano out of bounds, which is literally
Right.
just going underneath the wall, so it's more precise than going underneath the entire wall, but
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's only slightly more difficult than Hot Tub Volcano. It's oh no, Slongster's gonna have to watch these cutscenes in Dragon Force as well. Um, oh, or not.
yeah,
Okay,
he didn't have to watch that one.
well that's good.
Maybe he did go in ahead of time and clear out the rest of them.
Maybe doing a little bit of practice. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
As I was saying, it's only like slightly harder than Hot Tub Volcano. The clip is a little bit harder. Yeah, and as Giz said, maybe a little bit more precise. And um, the flight path is obviously not as simple. It's kind of like in a triangle kind of pattern, whereas in Hot Tub Volcano you just go like straight up, straight down, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually like really not that bad. You know, if you're gonna compare it to an out of bounds like Windmill Plains is really tough.
Yeah.
So it's nothing on that level.
Windmill Plains is like kind of all about like getting not only the speed but also like the it's the movement from your barrel roll that kind of like propels you past the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different kind of clip, you know, like Spaceport Alpha is just a missing texture, so you can just fly right through it. Windmill or
Shlongster
Hot Tub
getting
Volcano
stuck in the
is
log.
just like a lava floor that you can boost under, but Windmill Plains is there's some like wonky collision, like you have to do a barrel roll in kind of like in a really precise way to get some weird collision and then break past through the barrier.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a different kind of clip, much more difficult.
While you're explaining that, both Shlongster kind of got manhandled by the level a little bit. Like he got stuck on a log, couldn't get past it, got smacked backwards by it. Then he missed a balloon because he was in the middle of using the magnet, and tried to get another blue balloon, but he kind of got walled by Bumper. Just like couldn't make it, he wouldn't let him past.
So
Meanwhile-
Shlongster is going to be a lap behind here, but it looks like Ad is having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Ad's
Ad's had a lot of bonks on the corners.
Yeah, Greenwood Village is a pretty tough track. It's got like a lot of sharp corners. You got this like kind of S tunnel here. Like, oof, yeah, that's pretty common place to bonk there. Oh,
Yeah.
and running into Tip-Tup with the shield. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just like if it's just like luck or whatever, but I feel like the end of Greenwood Village always has a lot of green balloon traps.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's certain levels where I feel like I see them a lot more often than others. Like Greenwood Village, you see a lot of them. You see a lot of them right at the end of Fossil Canyon.
Yeah, in
But
this
I guess
track
that's
you
'cause
typically
there's
see
green
them.
balloons there.
Yeah, you typically see them here where Ad is, around this corner here, and you also see them coming up where Shlongster is, like in this area here. Oh, you see the spike ball there.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty common areas, and I think it has to do with like the CPUs don't necessarily like aggro, but I think it's like it has to do with where you like boost, where you use the boost and stuff. Because they tend to use their items when you use your items. I think it's like kind of the way they're programmed.
Oh, really? Ooh, that was a bad
So-
bonk.
So theoretically, if you do the same kind of movement each time, then the CPUs are likely to place traps in the same places. So you can kind of anticipate where those traps might be. The more you play and the more you get familiar with kind of their behavior.
Okay, I never thought of it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Oxylin. Hi, Jigsaw Master. Welcome to the race. Every time I see Ad play, it always looks like he's kind of practicing where to use his barrel rolls more and more. Just kind of, you know, you got a straightaway here, you got a straightaway there. Just go ahead and throw one out, as long as you got the speed. Ooh, right into the tree though.
Yeah,
Not
that
super
happens.
helpful.
That's good though. I mean, like I said last time, you know, when for the plane tracks, it's honestly better to just attack the course. A lot of people are kind of afraid to make those mistakes, and yeah, mistakes in the plane are really punishing, but you can go too safe. And oftentimes going too safe is actually slower than really trying to attack the course and then making a few mistakes along the way. So, you know, I respect the players that like really try and go for it.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah, look at that. So he hit the wall a little bit. Whatever.
But the speed boost he got from like keeping his balloon going for a little longer was probably worth, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely was a lot faster than if you were to just like hold A through that section there. So.
I do have
stuff.
one question. So barrel rolls just hold your speed, right? They don't add anything additional. So if you're moving, just like, you know, just holding the A button, just kind of going along the track. If you barrel roll, are you gaining any speed from that if you're still moving at the same speed, or will you gain a little bit of speed from it?
Yeah, you sure are gaining speed actually. Plane is one of the unique vehicles in this game where you can actually generate your own boost. And so when you're barrel rolling, you want to let go of the accelerator because the accelerator kind of throttles your speed. So whenever you boost and you're holding the accelerator, it's gonna want to return to your like top speed.
Yeah.
But if you let go of the accelerator and you just keep barrel rolling, you can build infinite speed. You just don't really see it because, you know, there aren't really any areas where you can like keep barrel rolling over and over and over again. Eventually you do have to turn somewhere, but yeah, for like long straightaways, you can just continue to barrel roll. You let go of A and you can just keep chaining barrel rolls over and over again, and you just generate this massive amount of speed.
I guess you'd be
pretty
able to
crazy.
see that a little bit if you were looking at your speedometer, or is it
Yeah.
too minor to see?
No. You'd definitely be able to see it on the speedometer. If you were holding A and you did a barrel roll, you would see a spike in the speed, but holding A is going to throttle it back to your top speed, so you're going to see it go back down to like normal ranges. If you let go of A and keep chaining barrel rolls, you're gonna see that spike going up and up and up until it just maxes out, and you can still theoretically even build even more speed after that. But yeah, there aren't really any places that you can really put that to the test, but theoretically that's what would happen.
That's really interesting.
In fact, I'm not sure if anybody knows this, but Everfrost Peak, the track that they're on right now, if you did this optimally, you would hold A for a little bit at the start. You know, you get your speed boost, and then you make your way to the first zipper. Once you hit the first zipper, if you do this correctly, you shouldn't have to touch the A button again for the rest of the race. You can get by entirely by chaining boosts and barrels and zippers and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's just always insane to me. Because I think Polly, he was saying that he was doing that during his race, and he's just like, you just like have to press it. Like if you're playing at that level, you just have to press it so infrequently. And I was like, man, like I was watching him play, and it didn't look to me like he wasn't like, you know, doing anything like that. But I guess it's really hard to see when you're, I guess, not used to seeing it, or you don't exactly like know the feeling of doing it, right?
Yeah, the thing with plane is like, if you're doing it right, you kind of feel like you're out of control. Not all the time, but definitely like sometimes. Like there's a bit of like, it almost feels like serendipitous at some points where you just get like really lucky that you're not like careening into a wall or a tree or something like that. It's, yeah, when you're trying to like maintain your speed throughout the course, it can get kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it looks like Shlongster's gained a bunch of time on Ad Go throughout the last couple courses. Shlongster looks like he started to gain a little bit in Windmill Plains, and then ever since he's slowly been crawling up.
Ad bouncing on the ice twice there. Obviously not what you want to happen, because you do lose a lot of speed.
Yeah, Ad did bonk a couple times. I remember in Windmill Plains, you know, going off a zipper and then immediately kind of hitting the edge of the windmill. And a little bit of like, you know, flying into a wall in Everfrost Peak. And again, bouncing off the ice is never good, and it looks like they're pretty much going to be tied going across the finish line here, so...
So Ad, he kind of had like an awkward angle going over the zipper, and so he immediately tried to like correct himself with the drift, and drifting on that narrow path is not what you want to do. He probably could have just like, if he just like tried to go straight, don't drift, he may have been able to get out of there without hitting the ice. But man, I mean, I've done it many times. You like try, you feel like you're off,
like that,
and you try to correct yourself, and you actually end up like screwing yourself over by, you know, yeah, just drifting, and then you just get launched off to the ice. But
yeah. The one thing that I learned when I tried out drifting for the first time is that I feel like it's really easy to drift when you don't have to. Like, all of a sudden you're picking up the game, you're like, oh cool, I didn't know I could move like this, kind of thing, and then you start using it everywhere, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's just like, sometimes you don't know when you want to, you know, use the R button, sometimes you don't want to know when you use the B button, sometimes you don't know when you just let go the A button for a second.
That's a really great point, because I feel like really new players, it takes them a while to like get used to drifting, but then once they get it down, then they're drifting all over the place, and then to get to that new level is actually drifting less. So what turns can I get away with without having to do like a drift? Because the same with like holding the A button or like tapping the A button, drifting also throttles your speed. So when you're boosting, you don't want to be drifting, because that's going to be throttling your speed back to your top speed.
Yeah.
You want to try and ride out that boost speed as long as possible. So yeah, there's kind of like 3 stages, like not drifting at all, or just like getting used to it, and then drifting all the time, and then the next level is like, okay, where is absolutely necessary that I drift, like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So
What benefits me from like not drifting?
what benefits you from not drifting?
No, I meant like that's the decision that you kind of
Oh,
have to learn.
yes. Sorry, I didn't realize it was a hypothetical, but
Yeah.
that's basically what it is like okay, now where can I cut down on my drifting, because I need to start doing better at maintaining my boost speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gogo, that's a good point. Shlongster lost a lot of time on Ad in Snowball Valley because he always took the right side of the fork right at the beginning instead of the little path down the left side, where you're just kind of missing out on a blue balloon. I think both of them have had pretty good Frosty Villages so far. I mean, both of them have missed zippers here and there, which is kind of unfortunate having to go down this long path. But Shlongster chaining the zippers all the way down, so getting that.
But unfortunately, when he launched off of the ledge there, he drifted off, but then like, oh wow, like how is he supposed to avoid that? There's just 2 mines there. I don't think he could have done anything there. But yeah, he just kind of like had an awkward angle, and then when he went off the edge, he continued to like go veer into the wall, so he couldn't really make the most of that boost chain. But
all right, both runners watching the trophy cutscene. Moving on to Sherbert Island races. Dango has a good question, I think. When, if ever, should you brake when drifting to be optimal?
So you can do, I guess, what we call an RB turn. I mean, it's just a really sharp turn. You're combining the drift and the brake to do this like really, really sharp turn. And you know, you can use those on the really, really sharp turns to kind of just to get really good lines in between these really sharp turns. Like you'll see it pretty prominently in Star City with those like 90-degree turns in the city portion. So you can use the brake there. We generally don't use the brake on its own. The only time we use the brake is while we're drifting to do that really, really sharp turn. You can use it to also like do really quick angle changes. So if you need like a very specific, if you need to get on like a specific line, and you need like a really quick adjustment, you can use like the RB turn to just make those really fine adjustments. I think brake plays a bigger role in hover though. Because
braking as the hover is like a much slower deceleration, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of how to explain the braking, like why we use the brake. Like in Pirate Lagoon here, I'm not sure if we'll see it, but you can chain these boosts, and you can just come flying into this tunnel section, and you tend to like hold the brake. You like tend to hold the brake as you turn around, and if you have the blue balloon, then you can like boost out of there, and you just get like a bunch of speed. So like you can use the brake there, but yeah, all I can say is like it's really important in the hover, but I honestly don't have the words to explain it. You'd have to get like maybe Sweener. Sweener knows like so much about hover.
Yeah, going around this corner the first time, Ad got a really cool looking boost from, I think he had Crunch come from behind and kind of like ram into his back with a balloon, and it shot him right around the corner.
So like so Ad, he kind of like took the turn a little wide there, just like, he's probably holding R. I can't.
It looks like he's holding
really
R.
Tell. You
Yeah.
want to hold R in the hovercraft the whole time, because then your turning is a little bit more. Oh, Shlongster getting out to a bit of a lead.
Yeah. He had much
Um,
better turns around a lot of Pirates Lagoon.
mhm. But you want to hold R in hover and plane pretty much the whole time, because then you have like better control of your vehicle. But for some of those sharp turns on Pyro Lagoon, um, if you like let go of R and then you can do like an RB sort of thing. You jump up in the air, but then you also like spin around really quick so that you can like immediately whip around those really sharp corners, and you don't have to take the turns as wide as Ad did.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
no,
no.
Ad.
So he's gonna just opt to turn around.
Yeah. Ooh. It looked like
Yeah.
he definitely should have tapped the B button there to get that quick in. It looked like he just tried to drift right through the hole.
Yeah. The really insane like time trialers, they'll like not even slow down for that turn. They'll just like close their eyes, hit RB, and try to like perfectly, like totally like Matrix style, just
Yeah.
like
Thread the needle.
thread the needle. But me, I slow down here. You know what? That was better. Good job, Ad. That was much better than last.
Yeah.
It was a little rough. I mean, you did kind of like drive up the slope a little bit, but
Yeah. The better
That's
than
fine.
getting stuck on the upswing and then having to 180.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is the first time during the race Shlongster's been pretty solidly in the lead, but we still got a little bit of a ways to go.
yeah. It's not my much though,
Yeah.
and I don't know if either of these players have been practicing their hot tub volcanoes, but if either of them intend to go for that out of bounds, there's obviously a lot of problems that can, um, come with that. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'm pretty sure neither of them do Hot Top Volcano out of bounds, but I mean, like you said, if they've been practicing.
hmm Well, I know I have spoken to Ad quite a bit, and he says he does have intentions of continuing to speedrun DKR, which is awesome. That gets a big PogChamp from me. And Shlongster, I've seen, speedrunning DKR here and there. Probably not to any sort of
Ooh, Shlongster getting
serious
stuck in the
capacity,
water.
but
Oh, but Ad took a oil slick.
yeah. This is so close.
Yeah, it is. Ad's taken a lot of the zippers in this course with purple boosts though. Not letting go of his accelerator going over top of him.
So Shlongster gets a 108. Ad with a 106, so saves 2 seconds there.
Yep. And they're both ahead of their PBs right now. Shlongster has a 37.05 and Ad has a 39.38, but Shlongster is 5.7 seconds ahead and Ad is a minute 40 ahead. So
Nice.
he's on pace for a 37.01, his splits say, so
Oh. Ad, you gotta mash that A button. Gotta get through those cutscenes.
yeah. Alright, well, Shlongster took a little bit of a slap on the wall, so Ad is ahead again.
Yeah, so Ad, oh man, they hit the zipper pretty much at the same time there.
Yeah. This is really gonna be like coming down to it. Oh, it looks like both of them are taking the path all the way around.
Wow.
Don't want to
That's-
try.
Are we
going
watching
for
the
that
same
balloon.
feed, or? I was like, Ad's not going for the balloon, and oh, Shlongster's not going for the balloon either, and they both
Yeah.
collected the same amount of. They both collected the same amount of bananas, so they're both. Shlongster.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like
Uh,
neither of them really care to go try and get that balloon in the middle of the grass.
Yeah, you know what? I get it. I mean, that balloon actually does have kind of a terrible hitbox. So if you miss that balloon, then you're driving on the grass, and you obviously go much slower on the grass. So
Yeah.
I get it. That's what they do in time trials. Obviously, there's no balloon in time trials, so they just whip around the track there. Okay, so this is interesting. Ad's going for the bananas,
Yeah.
which is the strat that I like to use. Shlongster is going for the pawn jump on the first lap, which is fine. But so Shlongster's going to have a faster first lap here, but he's going to be significantly slower than Ad on these next 2 laps, unless
Yeah.
well, Shlongster's got 6
They
bananas.
just had a perfectly synced cross the finish line.
Oh, Ad's not even going for. Oh.
Yeah. Gogo said Shlongster likes to collect bananas in lap 2 and 3, which doesn't make
Oh.
sense to me because the first lap is going to be your slowest lap anyway, usually. So I figure
Right.
it's probably. And you get the most use out of your bananas if you collect them on the first lap, right?
That's right.
So-
The sooner you collect those bananas, the sooner you get that that speed advantage.
Yeah. So I feel like collecting bananas on the like going for most of them on the second lap is kind of a wasted potential of your max speed, but
Oh,
ooh, Ed takes a
Ad's
oh
scraping
man,
the
this
wall
is
a little
so
bit.
close.
I know. Oh wow, Ad.
I'm
I
pretty
respect
sure if
it.
Ad didn't boost there, he was going right into that spike ball.
Yeah.
It almost looked
That was
like he
good
was
play.
gonna hit it anyway.
Yeah, you kind of want to like hold onto that boost to boost over the hump, because whenever there's like a steep hump, you don't want to just like drive over it, because it would eat a bit of your speed. So we do keep that blue balloon to boost over that. You do the same sort of thing in Greenwood Village on the steep hill in that track. But
Well, Ad missed the
Yeah.
blue balloon going into the end of the tunnel, so that put him a little bit behind. Meanwhile, Shlongster keeps chaining all of his boosts in this level, which has been like putting him ahead.
last thing I want to see here is someone fall off the bridge.
The yellow balloons are shields, Gogo.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Ad cannot be shot. He can drive over traps, and anybody that comes in contact with him will spit out, and he has the shield activated.
All right, here we go. Last level. Oh no!
Shlongster getting shot. That typically happens when you're a little slow out of the gate.
Yeah. That's a weird angle going. Ooh, that's.
Now-
Oh, that was risky.
Oh, yeah. What I tell you?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a little too carried away with the barrel rolls, and you go neutral on the stick, and then. Oh, I like that. That's a good strat. I like that.
I wouldn't be
He,
surprised if Ad was watching the stream and seeing that he needs those little extra, like, little boosts to kind of get
Mhm.
ahead of Shlongster at this point, so he's playing a little bit riskier. I like his boost there, but is it worth missing the bananas for it? Or not the bananas, the balloon, the blue balloon.
Well, see, here's the thing: is this is kind of, yeah, I would generally go out of bounds, right? So
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, you could at least collect 5 or 6 bananas before going out of bounds, and I think if you were doing it,
Oh, no.
that might be all she wrote for Ad.
Yeah.
Um,
And it was a really close race, but Shlongster takes it with a 36.59.
insane race.
It
be
really
honest.
was an insane race. I'm gonna wait until Ad finishes to pull him in, and he finishes with a 37.10. What a race! What a crazy race! All right, you guys pulled off a crazy, crazy race, but Shlongster takes it.
Wow, I won after what happened in space.
Yeah, you finished with a 37 or a 36.59, and Ad finished with a 37.10.
Oh yeah, I split late. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Sub 37. GG's.
Yeah.
Gee.
And congrats on your crazy Your crazy PB ad.
You got a PB ad?
No, it's a
Oh.
minute behind.
Oh, it was
Oh,
a minute
damn.
behind? Okay, it looked like
I
you
was
were like.
comparing to the latest run. I was comparing to the
Oh,
run
you're
I did
comparing to
today.
latest run. I thought
okay.
it was a P. I thought they were PB splits.
Oh no.
Just curious, what happened to you, AD?
Um. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it.